He was broke, hungry, and on the verge of giving up. But when he found a wallet lying on the street, filled with cash, he had no idea that returning it would change everything. Because what the owner did next didn't just shock him, it shocked everyone who heard this story. This is Ayaan, a young man with big dreams, but life had pushed him to the edge. No job, no income, no support. Every night he slept with fear and woke up with the same question: how will I survive? He lived in a small, dimly lit room, with unpaid bills piling up and his shelves completely empty. Despite the exhaustion etched on his face, he would step outside each morning clinging to a sliver of hope, searching for a way out of the darkness that had consumed his life. And then, one lonely night, as he walked slowly under the faint glow of the streetlights, destiny placed a choice right at his feet. Something shiny caught his eye on the empty sidewalk. It was a wallet. He picked it up, his heart pounding in his chest. As he opened it, his eyes widened. Inside were stacks of cash, more money than he had seen in years. There were also credit cards and an ID. For someone with absolutely nothing, holding that much money felt like holding a miracle. But he was about to learn that miracles can also be tests, designed to reveal who you truly are. He breathed deeply, the weight of his situation pressing down on him as he struggled with what to do next. He sat on a bench, the world around him fading away as a battle raged within him. He could take the money. No one saw him. There were no cameras, no witnesses. It would solve all his problems, at least for a while. But a quiet voice, a whisper from deep inside him, urged him to do the right thing. As he looked through the wallet again, he saw a small photograph tucked behind a card. It was a picture of an old man and a young girl, both smiling warmly. That simple photo broke through his desperation. He imagined their worry, their distress. Someone must be looking for this, he murmured to himself. With a newfound resolve, he checked the ID and found the address. To his surprise, the address led him to a huge, modern mansion. It was intimidating, a world away from his own reality. The wallet belonged to a man known across the city, a billionaire businessman named Mr. Karim Shah. As Ayaan approached the gate, a guard stopped him abruptly. "What do you want?" the guard asked, his tone sharp and suspicious. Ayaan held up the wallet. The guard's expression immediately changed from suspicion to surprise. Without another word, he opened the gate and led Ayaan inside the grand estate. Ayaan waited nervously in a vast, opulent room. A few moments later, Mr. Karim Shah entered. He was a confident, serious man who radiated power. "You found my wallet?" he asked, his voice calm but firm. Ayaan simply nodded and handed it over. As the billionaire began to check the contents, counting the cash right in front of him, Ayaan felt as if the entire world was judging him, as if his honesty needed to be proven. Mr. Karim then looked up, studying him carefully. "You could have taken the money," he said, his gaze piercing. "Why didn't you?" Ayaan met his eyes and replied with simple words that carried a heavy impact, "'Cause it wasn't mine." Mr. Karim stood up. "Come with me," he said, and led Ayaan into a large home office. There, the billionaire handed Ayaan a thick envelope. Ayaan opened it, his hands trembling slightly. Inside was not a cash reward, but something far more valuable: a job offer, a contract, and an advance on his first salary. What the owner did next shocked him. It wasn't charity, it was a life-changing opportunity. "I test people," Mr. Karim explained. "Money exposes their character. Many would steal what you've returned without a second thought. I don't want people like that around me. But you have integrity. I want you on my team." Tears welled up in Ayaan's eyes. He couldn't believe what was happening. Overwhelmed with emotion, Ayaan managed to ask, "But why such a big gift for such a small act?" Mr. Karim turned and looked out the window, a softer expression on his face. "Because years ago," he said softly, "I was just like you, lost, broke, and hungry. I also found a wallet and returned it. The owner helped me get back on my feet. Today, I'm just passing that blessing forward." Ayaan wiped his eyes, a wave of gratitude and understanding washing over him. Ayaan left that mansion with no cash in his hands, but with something far more valuable: a future, a purpose, and a second chance at life. He walked home not with the weight of poverty, but with the lightness of hope. ready to start a new career and a new life. This story reminds us that when you choose honesty in your darkest moment, life will eventually reward you in the brightest ways. Honesty isn't weakness, it's strength. It isn't old-fashioned, it's timeless. Because when you do the right thing, even when no one is watching, the universe is watching. Be the reason someone still believes in good people. Thanks for watching, and if this story touched you, don't forget to like and subscribe for more inspiration.